29th of September, Rabbi Levitt, Pele Yosef. Yoetz.
Isru Chag. Baruch Hashem. How's everybody today?
Baruch
Covered.
Hashem.
Thank
Torah.
you.
Okay. Very nice. Oh, so we have Lou, and I hear Roy,
Yes.
and
Mayor.
Mayor. Good morning, Mayor.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, so we're gonna continue with Pele Yoetz from where we left off before the Yomim Tovim. Is that a good idea, everybody?
Me.
Thank you. Yes.
Just have to figure out where that was.
Okay, Roy thinks it's 53. I think it's 55.
No, I think you're right because I think I missed a session.
Oh yeah, I see here. I do have a bookmark. I don't have it marked off exactly on the page, but right. Okay. Okay. So oh,
Here's Alan.
somebody else is coming in. Good morning, Alan. Welcome back. All right, so
Good morning.
Morning, Alan.
good morning.
What page are you on, Alan? On Pele Yoetz?
What page? What are we on? I don't know. What page are we on?
You didn't mark it? No. 55, I think. We think.
54, 55.
Let me get the book.
Wow, I don't remember this. If you will place a knife in your mouth, if you are a person of character. Don't remember that. Okay.
What was that?
Wow.
I don't remember it either, to tell you the truth. That's on 54.
That's on 54, yeah. The only problem is that when we go to page 53, I also don't remember that at all either. I don't remember any part of this. Oh, I remember with this story with the story on the bottom of 52. I remember that. We did that. Right. It was a hot day, all that, and he put he rolled up his sleeves, and he was singing Zmiros, and the angels were listening to the Zmiros. That they were such they were so holy, but a Baskol came and said, no, it's not good, because he's sitting with his elbows exposed at the table, I suppose. Oh, this is the story of Rav Yisrael Najaro. He's the author of one of the classic Semiros that we sing on Shabbos. Okay. So maybe if I do remember now. Yeah, I remember now that we he was talking about the wasting the time. That he eats too much, he wastes the time eating, and the time that it takes to get over the eating when he has to go to the facilities, and the time that he has to recover from the fact that his stomach is out of commission because of how much he ate. All right, so that's that. And I think that takes us up to page 54. Maybe let's start from the first paragraph of page 54. It's written, and you'll place a knife in your mouth. That I don't remember at all. I don't think we did that. So, since Lou is the one that made the meeting possible today, he gets the schus to open up the reading. Please, Lou, read for us.
It is written, and you will place a knife in your mouth if you are a person of character. How very careful a person must be in regards to the slightest possibility of a prohibition in regards to eating. For as a result, his body grows from a prohibited substance and his soul is tainted. He will go from bad to worse because the contamination is in the hem of his garment, internalized. He will not be able to walk the paths of life that lead to the fear of and love of the honorable and awesome God, nor serve him with total devotion. Therefore, one must be cautious and diligent in regards to the supervision of ritual slaughterers, in order that they be well trained, expert, and extremely God-fearing. The person must galvanize the members of his household that they should check very well, to the extent of their abilities, for insects in their food. They must not eat any fruit which is known to potentially contain worms until they have cut it first to check. A man should likewise be very vigilant in regards to the possibility of a contamination of mosquitoes, fleas, or other kinds of minute insects that fall unnoticed into food during the summertime. The person should be expert in the laws of wine or food that has come into contact with Gentiles, meat that has been unwatched, etc. How good and pleasant is the conduct of refraining from eating and thereby fleeing 100 gates of permission in order not to violate one gate of prohibition, because all of a man's toil is for his mouth. And the one who safeguards his mouth and tongue spares himself trouble. Sounds a bit extreme to me.
Yeah, we're not used to this level of caution. And okay, this is the this is the we see the matter though. The matter that he's pointing out is that that you are what you eat, and so a person who people that are not careful with what they eat and end up eating things that are prohibited, there's a particularly strong effect of that avera on the person's soul, because of the fact that it's part of him. It becomes absorbed in his flesh and in his blood cells and in his bloodstream, and this is why he's speaking as he is. That the person should try to be as careful as he can, because it really is it's an important matter. It's an important matter. And
What does the first quote that we read mean? I don't get it. And you will place a knife in your mouth if you are a person of character. What does that mean?
Yeah, he didn't explain. He quoted the pasuk, and it's a pasuk in Mishlei we see, and the way he's using the pasuk, the way he's interpreting the pasuk, is that there's a knife, so to speak, in a person's mouth. A knife represents a danger. We know a knife is a dangerous weapon. We know a knife can kill. And when a person has a knife in his mouth, it sounds like he's saying that the matter of the things that have to do with the mouth is a very, very weighty matter, and if a person misuses his mouth, he could come to it's like placing a knife over there. Just taking a look at what the Vilna Gaon has to say about this pasuk. 23:2. Okay. אם לא תוכל לעמוד נגדו, להצילך מאיתוי. תייסר את עצמך ותסמיד עד שילך ממך, ואז תלמד. Just a second, there seems to be somebody knocking at the door. כן? אני לא יודע מה... הבת שלי? Just a second. One or the other. Yaakov Rosenblatt and his wife are here at the door. They say that there's a sakit that they have for you today. Okay. Okay, so I don't. The Vilna Gaon doesn't seem to be learning that it has to do with eating. Okay. So in other words, it seems to me that that's what he's learning here, the Pele Yoetz, someone who's a Baal Nefesh. That's the second part of the pasuk. Im Baal Nefesh Ata. If you are a person of character, as we've translated over here, someone who is in control of his nefesh. And the nefesh is the side of the person that wants to just enjoy and just do what he feels like doing. And what? Here, 1 second. Okay. Yeah, Baal Nefesh Ata. This expression of Baal Nefesh, that's the language of the pasuk that he's translated in our Sefer that's rendered into English, if you are a person of character. Bal Nefesh is someone who is really really values his neshama and its purity, and maintaining it in a state of great kedusha. Someone that goes to no end in order to do that. So that's the expression that the Mishlei uses over here. Samta sakin below echa. You have below echa is also not an exact translation of mouth. This is a yeah, it's interesting. Well, the word below echa, that's the word in the, if you have the pasuk in the Lashon HaKodesh, comes from the word bola, base lamed ayin. And base lamed ayin is to swallow. To swallow. So that's what the mouth does. The mouth, in order to receive the pleasure of the food that it's eating, it's involved in this activity of being bolea, the food. So that's what the Pele Yoetz is learning from this pasuk. Samta sakin. If you are a person who is a bal nefesh, who really wants to protect your soul from sin and maintain your soul in a state of great purity, so you will realize that what you swallow is it's like you have a knife over there that you're placing in your mouth. If you would have a knife that was placed in your mouth, let's say you were a magician for Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus, and that was the trick. So even though you've done this many, many times, I would imagine, and I don't know, but because I'm not a knife swallower, but I would imagine that someone who is, he would, even on the 1000th time that he does this, he would be very careful to make sure that he does it with great precision and caution and attention to what he's doing, because he knows that if he makes one foul step or foul swallow over here, he's gonna have a big problem. And so that's the way a person who's a bal nefesh views what he puts into his mouth and what he swallows. It's like he's got a knife there. So that is the pasuk. Okay, all the commotion at the door seems to have gone away, so I can return to my place here. All right. Okay, so let's go to the next paragraph. One should be careful, and we call upon Roy to continue the reading.
One should be careful not to be overbearing towards his family members in any regard, including eating, even if one of them burned his meal and made something to be that he disliked. He should consider the intentional wrongdoing as unintentional, the willful offense as an accident. A man must not get angry at his wife servants, and family members, because a man is judged by heaven in accord with the way he treats others. It is written, shall I despise the judgment of my servant and maidservant in their argument with me? What shall I do when the Almighty stands in judgment, and when he takes an account, what shall I respond? From Yoetz. Delve deeply into this and be forgiving, because more than your wives and servants are obliged to honor you and perform your services, you are obligated in the honor and service of your Creator.
Wow. Okay. Wow. This is an amazing paragraph. Okay, I don't know how to. I don't have anything to add to this. Anybody has any questions? I think he made his point very, very eloquently. It's very interesting that he put it over here. I mean, he could put it in his entry on anger, he obviously felt that it was necessary to be put over here, because this is one of the things that can cause a person to become very angry. Something happened in regard to his food. So when we think about it, we laugh. But we have to keep this in mind. And of course, there's other things that could cause a person to be angry as well. But very good. Okay, wow. Don't focus on the honor that other people are supposed to give you. Focus on the honor that you're obligated in the service of your Creator. And it's a much greater sin to get angry than it is for whatever it is that they did in burning the cholent, or whatever it is that they did over here. Okay. Next paragraph, we go to Meir.
Okay. The person should be careful. Whoops, I lost someone. 1 second. There you are. Person should be careful to say words of Torah by the dining room table, at least reciting a verse or a Mishnah. When he sits together with others, if he is capable, his mouth must discourse in wisdom to generate merit for himself and them. If he is incapable, or it just did not happen, he should at least learn by himself a familiar Mishnah, such as all Israel have a portion in the world to come, or Rabbi Hanania. Any increase in this area is praiseworthy. Since the Zohar, in Shemot 157b, extols the virtue of one who mentions the memory of the Beit HaMikdash at his table, and is distressed and anguished due to its absence. I therefore have become accustomed to say this Baraisa by my table in order to satisfy the obligation of the words as well. Rabbi Yossi said, once I was going on the road and I entered one of the ruins of Jerusalem to pray. Brachot. Tanya, Rabbi Elazar says, the night is composed of 3 watches. Yehuda ben Tema says, on Shabbat, I am accustomed to say Mishnah of Yehuda ben Tema and quote the quote of Rabbi Yochanan in name of Rabbi Yossi. Whoever honors the Shabbat lavishly merits an inheritance without bounds. Rabbi Hanania ben Akashia, these matters are determined by the intent of the heart at the time of sadness, sadness, and at time of happiness, happiness. Isn't that why we're supposed to have salt on the table to remember the Beit HaMikdash?
Yeah, that's a good question. What's the reason why we have salt on the table?
That's what I thought. And he's saying that that's one of the things that we have to remember. It's the Beit HaMikdash.
Something to do with the altar, isn't it?
No, the altar, yeah, when they did the sacrifices, I think.
Yeah, here he's talking about, right, remembering the Beis HaMikdash when we are sitting at the table.
Yeah.
Right. Right. What exactly is the Inyan of? I mean, we have various we make various remembrances. Zeichel HaMikdash. As a matter of fact, we just got through with. We just had a Yontif of Sukkot that has come. Not that we got through with it. That's not the right way to say it.
Mhm.
One should not say another Yontif has we got through with it. We say that another Yontif has come, and it's still resonating in our bones. And one of the features of that we do a Zeichel HaMikdash on the Yontif of Sukkot is that we that we take the. I have to remember here exactly to be correct about what I'm saying. I believe that the Zeicher is that we take the lulav for all 7 days, in spite of the fact that only in the time of the Beis HaMikdash itself, the mitzvah was to take the lulav in the Beis HaMikdash. Here I'm going to get into all sorts of difficulties over here, so I don't think I'm going to go into this any further because we're not learning Masechah Sukkah. But at any rate, what my point is that we have many different times of the day and during the year that we do a Zeichel HaMikdash. And it's noteworthy over here that our author, the Pele Yoetz, is saying that a very appropriate time to remember the Beis HaMikdash and be distressed and anguished due to its absence and to yearn for its return is when we're sitting down to a very nice meal. As he mentions, in the dining room table. He didn't say in the kitchen where we're just grabbing a bite, but when we have even when we have a very, he doesn't mean to exclude that case, but even when we're sitting down and we're sitting down to a very nice meal, we remember the Beis HaMikdash is in ruins, and we yearn for its return, even at the time that we are about to enjoy a very scrumptious and yummy Suda. And that's what he concludes with. These are matters that are determined by the intent of the heart. At the time of sadness, sadness, and at the time of happiness, happiness. Not sure exactly what he means by these words over here, because it would seem like we're mixing the matter. Like we have a Zeichel HaMikdash at Zeichel HaChurban at the time of a Chasna. What greater time of joy could there be for the two children that are getting married and their parents, of course, and grandparents? And yet, what do we do at this time of great joy? We remember that the Beis HaMikdash is in ruins. So we do mixing. So I'm not sure exactly what he means over here. The time of sadness, sadness. The time of happiness, happiness. Okay. Very good. So
That's interesting.
So he's made 2 points over here. Point number one, to say Torah at the table. The table is not just a table to eat food. It's a mizbeach, as someone here pointed out. I think maybe it was Roy. And a mizbeach is a place that we serve Hashem, and so too the table is a place that we serve Hashem by the way we conduct ourselves at the table, the food that we eat, the brachas that we make, and the zmiros that we sing, and the Torah that we say at the table, and the chesed that we do at the table. It's a very, very important time for which shows really the difference between Judaism and other religions. Judaism is a religion of elevating the physical. There's a combination of physical and spiritual, and we take the physical and we elevate it. We believe that this could be done, as opposed to other religions that believe that the only way to deal with the spiritual is to negate the physical entirely. We don't believe that. Okay, that's what we have to say for this paragraph. Do we have time for the next paragraph, or we have a few minutes?
Yep.
Okay, so we go to Alan to start the next paragraph.
Okay.
How fortunate is a man?
How fortunate is a man whose estate has been increased by Hashem, who is careful to give a portion of his meal to a poor person who is lacking the gift of men. He will expand his portion in this world and the world to come. It is a marvelous thing for an individual to raise an orphan in his home. By doing so, his righteousness is endless at each and every meal. Someone who does not have a financial means to raise an orphan should have this intention when providing food for his own sons and daughters. This too is considered as one who does charity at all times. Ketubos 58. On Shabbos and Yom Tov, it is proper that every person should sing at his table. Let him raise his voice to honor his master from the talents which have been bestowed upon him.
So particularly if he has a good voice, so
Right.
he's using his talents to serve Hashem by singing all the zmiros, which are all the Shabbos zmiros that we have are filled with praise, tremendous praise and gratitude to Hashem. Wonderful. Okay, so looks like this is also very interesting. Right, on Yontif also, there's a mitzvah to give for people that don't have, and even if we don't have a poor person as a guest at the table, but we give to the local tzedakah fund, and they take care of the situation for us, and that's considered as though we had the person at the meal. He can enjoy the meal in his own house. He doesn't have to come and behave himself and be over there at our house. He could feel like his own balabas, which is probably, I think, a bigger mitzvah, to tell you the truth. So these are all the things that we could do. And it's all together with our table. So the table in Yiddishkeit and Judaism is not simply a place that we sit and indulge our desires. It's a place of tremendous elevation and tremendous ruchnius. That's the marvelous idea that's been brought here so eloquently from the Pele Yoetz. Baruch Hashem. Okay, so we say goodbye to Meir for today.
Have a good day.
Have a great day, Meir.
Thank you very much.
All the best.
And all you too.
Take
Have a
care
good
of
day.
full shame to Sarah and be well.
Thank you very much. I will relate that to her.
All right.
Right. Shlema Basuras Tovas.
Amen. Thank you. Be well.